Your hands ache, making it difficult to hold a simple cup of tea or the hand of a loved one. What if the solution to your pain was in the cup itself? And what if a simple all-day tea ritual could help to soothe that pain and bring back your freedom of movement? Today, we are not just giving you a list of teas. We are revealing a doctor's healing hands tea ritual. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple, science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to be our wise guide through this beautiful and very gentle healing ritual, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the profound wisdom of our daily rhythms. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. The body does not need one loud shout of medicine in the morning to be able to heal. It needs gentle whispers of healing that are repeated from the morning until the night. This special ritual is a beautiful day-long conversation that you can have with your hands. This is so very important. I had a patient, a wonderful man who was a retired pianist, and the arthritis that was in his hands was beginning to steal the greatest joy of his life. He told me that his hands felt so stiff and so painful that he could no longer play his beautiful music. His powerful story is the story of this gentle healing ritual.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. To start our new week with a new sense of hope, Dr. Hinohara is going to walk us through this beautiful all-day protocol. In our journey, we will learn the morning ritual, which is designed for that terrible morning stiffness. We will then learn the afternoon pause, which is a beautiful protective shield for your hands. And finally, we will learn the evening wind down, which is for deep and restorative healing. It is a true blessing to have this kind of knowledge to be able to understand how to bring a sense of gentle, mindful, and healing care to our bodies throughout our entire day. If you are ready to start this new week with a beautiful healing ritual for your hands, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And this is a deep dive into the true art of gentle, natural healing. Okay, doctor, let's begin your beautiful healing hands tea ritual. For our viewers at home who are starting their new week and are often waking up with that terrible and frustrating morning stiffness in their hands, what is the first and the most important ritual of the day? What is the morning ritual?
Yes, our protocol begins with our most powerful anti-inflammatory tool to be able to fight that difficult morning stiffness. Our morning ritual is the beautiful and the very powerful turmeric tea, which is often called golden tea or golden milk. This is the perfect and the most gentle way to be able to begin your day because it is very warming and it directly targets the inflammation that has built up in the joints overnight. And for my patient, the retired pianist, this was the most important first step in his entire healing journey. Every single morning, he would wake up and his fingers would be so stiff and so painful that he could not even make a proper fist. We had him begin his day not with his usual cup of coffee, but with this gentle and very warming golden tea. This was the very first thing that began to bring a sense of life and of flexibility back into his hands in the morning.
And this is such a brilliant choice for the morning ritual. Let's look at the deep science of why this works so very well. As we have discussed in our video on the Fireman's Protocol, the incredible healing power of turmeric comes from its main active compound, which is, of course, curcumin. Curcumin is one of the most powerful and the most well-researched natural anti-inflammatories in the entire world. It works on a very deep and a very profound level by helping to calm the body's main inflammatory pathways, which are often in overdrive in the morning after a long night of stiffness. So this beautiful golden tea is a direct and a very powerful message to your body to gently turn down the inflammation.
But doctor, as you have taught me so many times, there is a very important secret to unlocking the full power of the curcumin. It is not very useful to the body all on its own, is it?
That is correct. It must always have its two essential and non-negotiable partners. You must always have your turmeric with a tiny pinch of black pepper and a source of a healthy fat. And the science of this is absolutely critical for our viewers to understand. The black pepper contains a very special compound that is called piperine, and the piperine has been shown in many high-quality scientific studies to be able to boost your body's absorption of the curcumin by up to 2,000%. And the healthy fat, like a beautiful creamy coconut milk or an almond milk, is also needed to help your body to be able to absorb this fat-soluble compound. Without these two important partners, the beautiful golden tea is just a pleasant drink. But with them, it becomes a powerful and an effective medicine.
So the pepper and the fat are non-negotiable. Now, doctor, can you please walk our viewers at home through the simple step-by-step process of how to make this beautiful and healing golden tea?
Of course, it is a very simple and a very comforting ritual to start your day. In a small pot on your stove, you will gently warm 1 cup of a healthy milk like an unsweetened almond milk or a full-fat coconut milk. This will provide our healthy fat. To the warm milk, you will add 1/2 of a teaspoon of a high-quality turmeric powder. You will also add your all-important tiny pinch of black pepper. You can also add other beautiful and warming spices if you like, such as a little bit of cinnamon or a small thin slice of fresh ginger. You will gently whisk it all together over a very low heat for just a few minutes. It is very important that you do not let it boil. And then you will pour this beautiful golden liquid into your favorite mug. And if you like, you can add a 1/2 teaspoon of a raw honey for a little bit of natural sweetness. It is a truly blessed and a beautiful way to begin the day, a quiet and a mindful ritual that sends a gentle and a very powerful healing message to your hands and to your entire body. So our morning ritual, the beautiful golden tea, is the perfect and the most powerful start to our day, helping us to be able to fight that terrible and frustrating morning stiffness. It is a wonderful way to begin our new week with a sense of power and of control. But doctor, as the day goes on, our hands are working, they are moving, and they are beginning to accumulate the stresses of the day. What is the second ritual in our protocol? How do we protect our hands during the day? What is the afternoon pause?
Yes, the afternoon is a time for a gentle and a very wise pause in our day. Our beautiful tea for the afternoon is a very special and a very beautiful red tea that comes all the way from South Africa. It is rooibos tea. This tea is our protective shield for the middle of the day, and it is perfect for this time right about now in the early afternoon on a Monday when we might be starting to feel just a little bit tired. And for my patient, the retired pianist, this was the secret that allowed him to be able to practice his beautiful music again without a great deal of pain. He would have his golden tea in the morning to help loosen his hands. And then in the afternoon, right before he would sit down at the piano to practice, he would have a simple and a very calming cup of this beautiful rooibos tea. He told me that it helped to prevent that deep and that end-of-the-day ache that he used to always get after he had been playing for just a little while.
And the rooibos tea is the absolute perfect protective shield. Let's look at the beautiful science of this. Rooibos is a very unique and a very special plant. It is absolutely loaded with its own special antioxidants, and the two most famous ones are called aspalathin and quercetin. These powerful and unique antioxidants work like a beautiful and invisible shield for all of the cells in your body, and especially for the cells that are in your joints. They help to protect your delicate cartilage and all of your connective tissues from the oxidative stress and the damage that can be caused by the day's activities. So your patient was literally drinking his beautiful protective shield right before he began his practice.
And doctor, there is another very important reason why the rooibos tea is the perfect choice for an afternoon tea, isn't there?
Yes, it is naturally and completely caffeine-free, and this is so critically important for a senior who is dealing with chronic pain. As we know, caffeine can sometimes interfere with our sleep, and it can also raise our stress hormones. And as we will discuss in our final ritual of the day, high stress hormones can make our personal experience of pain much, much worse. By choosing a beautiful and a completely caffeine-free tea like rooibos for the afternoon, you are getting all of the wonderful and protective benefits without any of the stimulating side effects that could disrupt your deep healing later on in the evening.
So, it is the perfect, gentle, and protective pause. Now, doctor, can you please tell our viewers at home how to prepare this beautiful red tea?
It is the simplest of all of our teas to prepare. You simply take one rooibos tea bag or a teaspoon of the loose leaves and you steep it in hot water for about 5 to 7 minutes. It has a beautiful, a naturally sweet, and an earthy flavor, so you often do not need to add anything to it at all. But if you like, a small slice of lemon or a tiny bit of raw honey can be a wonderful and a very delicious addition. It is a moment of pure and calm protection in the middle of your busy day. It is a truly blessed and a very wonderful thing to be able to find a moment of peace and a protection in the middle of our busy day. This is such a complete and a very personalized way of thinking about our health, doctor. We love sharing it with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you're watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So our morning ritual with the powerful golden tea is the perfect start to our day, helping us to be able to fight that morning stiffness. And our afternoon pause with the beautiful rooibos tea provides that wonderful protective shield for our hands during our active hours. It is a perfect protocol for the daytime. But doctor, as we now head into the evening hours here in America, what is the final and perhaps the most important ritual for a person who is suffering from aching arthritic hands? What is the evening wind down?
Yes, the evening is not a time for stimulating the body or for protecting it from activity. It is a time for deep calming and for preparing the body for its most important healing work, which, as we know, happens while we are sleeping. Our final and most gentle ritual is with the calming restorer. And the beautiful and gentle tea for this very important job is the beloved chamomile tea.
And the simple and humble chamomile is so much more than just a pleasant-tasting sleep tea. Let's look at the beautiful science of why it is so perfect for a person who is dealing with the chronic pain of arthritis. As the source text for our video so wisely notes, the beautiful chamomile flower contains a very special and a very gentle compound that is called apigenin. This compound has been shown in scientific studies to be able to gently bind to the very same calming receptors in your brain that are targeted by many of the common anti-anxiety medications. So the simple chamomile is a natural and a very gentle way to be able to calm your entire nervous system.
And this is so critically important for a person who is living with chronic pain, isn't it, doctor?
It is the most important connection of all. When our body is in a constant state of stress and of anxiety, our entire nervous system becomes very sensitive, and our personal perception of pain is greatly amplified. The very same ache in your hands can feel much, much worse. And of course, this stress also affects our sleep. And we now know from modern science that there is a terrible and a very vicious cycle that exists between chronic pain and poor sleep. The pain makes it very difficult for us to be able to sleep deeply, and the lack of that deep restorative sleep makes the pain much worse the very next day. It also raises our levels of the inflammatory stress hormone cortisol. The beautiful and calming power of the chamomile tea helps to gently and naturally break this terrible and exhausting cycle.
So, it is the perfect and the most gentle medicine to prepare the body for a night of deep and profound healing. How do we best prepare it, doctor?
It is very simple. You can use a simple chamomile tea bag, or for a more potent and beautiful tea, you can use a tablespoon of the beautiful dried chamomile flowers. You will simply steep them in hot but not boiling water for about 5 to 10 minutes. And if you like, as a source text notes, a small drizzle of a beautiful raw honey can be a wonderful and a very soothing addition. This is the perfect and most healing ritual to begin about 1 hour before you plan to go to sleep for the night. Now, doctor, we have our complete 3-part all-day ritual for healing our hands. The powerful turmeric in the morning, the protective rooibos in the afternoon, and the calming chamomile at night. Let's go back one final time to your patient, the retired pianist whose hands were stealing his greatest joy.
This was the beautiful and the very successful conclusion to his healing story. The retired pianist who was losing his great joy in life learned to follow this beautiful and very simple 3-part daily ritual. The turmeric tea in the morning allowed him to begin his day with much less of that terrible stiffness in his fingers. The rooibos tea in the afternoon helped to protect his hands while he would gently begin to practice his beautiful music again. And the beautiful and calming chamomile tea at night gave him the deep and the healing sleep that his body so desperately needed to be able to repair itself. After a few months of this gentle and consistent practice, he came to my office, and he was smiling a very big smile. He told me that he was now playing his beautiful music again every single day. He said, "I am not without any discomfort, doctor, but I am now with great joy and with great hope." He had finally found his healing rhythm.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed story. It is a powerful reminder that our healing is so often found in the gentle and the consistent rhythms of our day, and in the simple and beautiful gifts that nature has so generously provided for us. Doctor, this has been a beautiful and a very profound guide. You have taken us on a gentle journey through the day, showing us how a simple and a very mindful tea ritual can be a powerful medicine for chronic joint pain. Your healing hands tea ritual with the powerful turmeric in the morning, the protective rooibos in the afternoon, and the calming chamomile at night is a complete and a very holistic approach to senior health. By following this beautiful and wise daily rhythm, our viewers can begin to address the different aspects of their joint pain at the right times of the day. This amazing knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy. It is a practical, gentle, and very comforting way to fight back against the daily stiffness and the frustrating joint pain that can rob us of our joy and our independence. Now, doctor, your healing hands tea ritual is a life-changing way of thinking about our health. For our viewers at home who are inspired to start their own healing journey this week, what is the most important and the wisest first step that they can take?
That is a very wise and a very important question. The journey must always begin with one single gentle step. I will give you a simple 3-part action plan for your first week. First, you must begin with a gentle audit. For the next 1 or 2 days, I do not want you to change anything. I simply want you to become a curious and a very gentle observer of your own body. I want you to listen to your hands. When is your pain the worst? Is it the terrible stiffness that you feel in the morning? Is it the deep ache that you feel in the afternoon? Or is it the throbbing pain that keeps you awake at night? You must first learn to understand the unique rhythm of your own pain. Second, For the rest of the week, you will choose only one ritual. You must not try to do all 3 of these rituals at once. You will choose only one of the 3 beautiful tea rituals that best matches your biggest problem. If your greatest struggle is the morning stiffness, you will begin with a beautiful golden tea. If your nighttime pain is your biggest challenge, you will start with the gentle chamomile. And third, and this is the most important step of all, you must create one simple moment of peace. When you drink your healing tea, you must create a quiet and a beautiful ritual around it. You must put down your phone. You must turn off the television. You must feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. This is not just a simple drink. It is your medicine. And it is a moment of deep and profound self-care. This is how true and lasting healing begins.
That is a perfect and a very gentle way to begin this beautiful practice.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. The healing of your body is found in the rhythm of your day. A warm cup, a quiet moment, a gentle breath. I encourage you to listen to your hands, and they will tell you exactly what they need.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by embracing these simple, blessed, and very intentional rituals of self-care every single day. And of course, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this guide empowering and you are excited to create your own Healing Hands Tea ritual, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know which of these beautiful healing teas, the turmeric, the rooibos, or the chamomile, are you most excited to make a part of your own daily ritual? Please share your choice in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well.